Christ Church. Pastor Ben here. I hope that you are doing well. This week, for the update and in subsequent weeks to follow, we thought it might be fun if we got to share a little bit about the staff. You could get to know folks a little bit more and understand kind of what makes them tick, some of their favorite things, and just a way to mix it up a little bit. So we've got sort of 5 fast, fun facts. You'll hear the question asked, and then we'll give the answer. And each week, I'll go first today, and then in subsequent weeks, I'll interview some others. So be on the lookout as get a chance to know each other a little bit better. I am from Wilson, North Carolina. If you're native, you put a T in there. And that's in eastern North Carolina on the I-95 corridor. Fast fun fact, it's halfway between New York City and Miami. So beautiful place to stop, great place to be from. So the first time there was ever one of those job career day moments in middle school where you had to write what you wanted to do, I had a neighbor at the time who was a little bit older than me, and he was born with missing a chamber in his heart and was in and out of the hospital and had major surgeries. His name was Chuck, and Chuck and I were great friends, and I wanted nothing more than to be able to help Chuck get well. And so I read a book for the job fair day about the first heart transplant, because Chuck needed a heart transplant. And so I imagine doing that. Only problem, as I got older, I realized I can't handle the sight of blood. I pass out. And I also realized maybe chemistry wasn't my area of expertise. So now I work on hearts in a different way. I work on hearts so that people fall in love with God and neighbor. Well, when we were thinking about these questions, of course, Christmas and Easter. Outside of those two, I have to say that I'm a huge fan of the 4th of July. It was Anna's grandmother's favorite holiday, and since marrying into the family just sort of goes over the top over the 4th of July, celebrating and coming together. And so, and it's in the middle of summer, which is kind of my favorite season. So for everything associated with that, good times. All right, so I row hard for the Demon Deacons, and I'm so glad that we've got Brandon Jesse Miller on the team, who's also a Wake grad. That's my college allegiance. Let's see. I love the Carolina Hurricanes hockey. Would have never thought I would like hockey. I'd seen it on TV and was like, what is that? But living in Raleigh for so long and going to games, fell in love with hockey, and of course the Stanley Cup run. And baseball, which kicks off here, I'm a huge Cubs fan and lived through the misery of all those years, and now hopefully good things are happening. Superpower. My daughter asked me that question the other day at the house. I have always, most of the earth is water. I love water. I think I'd want to be able to walk on water, swim underwater without having to take a breath, explore the oceans. Those kinds of things strike me as being fun. Yeah, so on the nightstand that I'm reading a novel, I am reading All the Light We Cannot See, which I know is a couple years old. I tried to read it one other time and for whatever reason couldn't get into it, but it's been my summer read and I'm really enjoying that. Let's see, I'm listening right now to a podcast called The Office Ladies, and they are going back and going through the episodes of The Office and telling kind of behind the scenes stuff. I love that show. Yeah, those would be some of the things that I'm engaging in at the moment. Hope you enjoyed hearing a little bit more, and next week stay tuned to see who we interview.